It is, yeah, Franny says, what's going on? Hey, it is March. What is it? March 13th. Yeah, tomorrow's Pi Day. 314. March, all right, get settled. Come on. March 13th, 2023. And ain't nothing going on today. Yeah, right. We had our, I don't even know what you call him. The old dude came out this morning and had a statement about the banking collapses. Well, they didn't collapse, you know. We're not bailing them out either. We're just, you know, creating special entities with special names and backstopping the whole thing. You know, picking winners again. But Biden came out this morning. I mean, you can't get much more pathetic than this. Comes out, stumbles through his speech. Obviously, he didn't write it. Someone else, you know, having him parrot it, which he does not do a very good job at. But afterwards, walks out, has trouble opening the door, and like shuffles around the door and shuts it while people are trying to ask questions. You've got a crisis situation where it is the 16th largest bank in the world, has gone under. Could not, people who deposited money, they ran out of the money. They couldn't give it to them. They had to shut the bank down. They shuttered it. And Biden's announcing that, you know, everything's fine. The taxpayers aren't going to cover this. FDIC's got this covered. Well, we know the FDIC doesn't have enough money to make more than basically this bank whole. So what's going to happen when the next one fails? He can't answer a question. I mean, markets want confidence. And when you see a pathetic display like this, I don't think I'd have much confidence. I think I would probably not have any assets in the Vampire Casino. Yeah, that might be the best way. And what did you see today? You saw Bitcoin popping up. You saw Litecoin popping up. You saw cryptocurrencies making a rebound. There's a reason for that. Because Charles Payne, I was watching him. He's the big dude on, you know, Miss Teen Crypto's been on him on that show before on Fox News. He was saying today about, okay, you know, I've got over $250,000 in one of my bank accounts, and I know that it's only insured up to $250,000. So the money in excess of $250,000, if in the event he's not bailed out, you know, if the thing goes under, he has offsets that with some sort of treasuries, you know, safety, whatever, some sort of treasury. Short-term treasury, I'm not sure what he said. And so he says, so you need to make decisions. You need to take that into consideration. I think that's what he was saying. If you've got more than $250,000 in a bank, take into consideration that it might not get bailed out past that. You know, there's that chance. And he said, where else are you going to put your money? That's basically what he said when he finished his segment. Where else are you going to put your money? Well, I'll tell you where you're going to put your money. Outside the Vampire Casino. You're going to put it in cryptocurrency. You're going to put it in gold and silver. And what is happening today? All those asset classes, or I should say those two asset classes, precious metals and crypto, the sound money basically is going up. It's soaking up the dollars, soaking up the Federal Reserve notes, because it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do in a time of crisis. That's what crypto was invented for. In addition to a peer-to-peer electronic currency that allows you to transact value outside of a government, outside of a central bank, it is a preservation of wealth. It is an escape vessel away from the Titanic. That is the debt-based Vampire Casino Federal Reserve System. And that is why you've seen it soak up dollars. You've seen it go up in value today. Franny, are you driving today? I mean, what is this? So you've got that kind of situation. You got to mitigate risk, folks. The dog wants to drive the car. You got to know what's happening. You got to mitigate the risk. So grab it on, there we go. Mitigating risk. Dog's driving the car. You know, I would trust her to drive the financial car over what we're seeing with Yellen and Biden. Trust me. I would definitely choose her. Remember Toonsis, the driving cat, on Saturday Night Live? Toonsis, look out! Ah! Janet, look out! Ah! Sorry, Franny. Freaking the dogs out. But you've got a situation that's almost laughable, but it's a real crisis. I mean, it really is. you're seeing the flaws exposed, if you're paying attention, in the entire fractional reserve vampire system, vampire casino that I keep calling it. Because this one bank, what they did, they bailed it out, even though they're saying it's not a bailout. How did they do that? They said, well, all these assets that aren't cash, all these assets that you hold, the Fed comes in and says, we're going to back them at 100%. And we're basically going to collateralize it all and give you collateral, you know, cash on all of it. I mean, they've got probably all kinds of garbage on their balance sheet that is not worth what they say it's worth, yet the Fed comes in, and they've done this times in the past. That's what they do. They say, oh, we'll give you full value for it. So you just come to the window and get the money you need. I mean, this is not a free market system, folks. I mean, this is not how, it's not how it's supposed to work. It doesn't happen in my life. Things work that way where I'm backstopped. No. It doesn't happen in your life. It doesn't happen in, you know, in all of the normal people who live in America. It doesn't happen for us. But when you're talking about, you know, corporations and startups and money, you know, people that, you know, I mean, face it, this bank, 3%, less than 3%, had $250,000 in the bank. 97% of the accounts had over $250,000. So these are accounts that got a lot of money. Venture capitalist accounts. These are people that should know how to manage money and assume risk. If it can happen at that bank, it can happen at any bank, because they're all structured the same way. Fractional reserve banking. And that's why I can sleep at night. That's why I was fine this weekend, because I had possession of my private keys. Litecoin, I didn't have to worry about it. You got silver? You're good. You don't have to worry about it. And it's just, if you're going in and you're going to backstop one bank and essentially, you know, exhaust all the FDIC funds, what happens when the next one goes under? Oh, and that's the other thing. Signature Bank, that's another bank that's crypto related. And Barney Frank, you know, Barney boy, used to be in Congress. I think he was a senator, but he got caught for having a male prostitution ring out of his condo or apartment in Washington, D.C. at one point. But he's on the bank, Signature Bank, and, you know, I got to verify this. I saw the statement, and I just got to vet it a little bit better, but he's attributed to saying that he's on the board of Signature Bank. He's attributed to saying that, hey, we were solvent, we were fine, but they came in, the feds came in and shuttered us too. Basically took over us. And the thinking here is that they were crypto friendly, and the government basically wants to not be crypto friendly. And I don't think it's working though, is it? So because you're seeing all the cryptocurrencies rise, because there is that flight to safety, and it's acting just like it's supposed to act. That's what cryptocurrencies do. I don't know. It seems like there's a war that's coming out front. Who knows? I mean, you know, we may be in a war with the good guys and the bad guys, and, you know, maybe they took down this bank. The good guys took it down because, you know, there are some ties that are a little sketchy. So it's hard to say. Franny, you're not driving very well. Hard to say what's going on. It really is. The thing is, you got to realize we're in the midst of a lot of chaos, a lot of controlled chaos, engineered chaos. Maybe an outright war between good guys, bad guys. Get out of the way. When a wise man sees trouble, he gets out of the way. And that's what you need to do. You need to get out of this system, get out of the vampire casino, put your assets, get them in your control. I mean, because it can happen to any bank. If you think that your money's safe inside the bank, it's not. And that's why I'm pulling into my bank and withdrawing what little I have in there, because that's what I always do. It's just that right now, I just don't want it to sit one day more, because it ain't worth it. Franny's gonna jump out the window as soon as I pull up here. That would be terrible. Let me pull up, and again, this is the bank where I got in trouble for leaving Litecoin. Come on, Litecoin seed cards behind. I got scolded, so I gotta be careful. Be a nice guy. I'm on candid camera. But, I mean, I would suggest if you're going to leave it in the bank and you're going to spend it anyway, and if you can spend it as cash, why not take it out as cash and have it in your own possession? Because I would much rather have it in hand at this point in life than let these guys, these vampires, take care of it, because obviously they don't do a good job. Let's make sure we get the right numbers in here. Enter. Yes. Okay. We'll see if I get the cash. Doesn't say it's out of order, so that's a good thing, I guess. You always hear the little counting in the side. And you know, if that's the thing, you got these ATMs that always count out the money, and I've yet to ever have it make a mistake. I've always gotten the right amount of money. Yet when you go to a voting machine, sometimes they mess up. Very interesting, huh? But when it comes to cash and ATMs, they do a pretty good job. All right, Franny, time to get in. I gotta get my receipt. Get the receipt. Roll up the window. And off we go to the school. So there you have it. You know, the thing is, I'd rather use the ATM if I can, because I don't want to go into the bank. It's like every time you go into the bank and try and take any kind of money out, they just look at you like, oh, what do you need it for? What are you doing with that money? Don't you get over it? Gotta keep this digibug running right now. So, yeah, you're treated like a criminal. It's because once you realize how the banking structure works, and once you put your energy into it in the form of Federal Reserve notes, I mean, it's in their system. They control it, and they don't have to give it back if they fail. There's what's called a bail-in, and we covered that a little bit on Happy Hour Friday on Litecoin Lisa's channel, YouTube channel. Check that out. That's always fun, Happy Hour. Look forward to that. But they can, it's legal. Congress passed it. They can bail it in instead of getting money from the outside and bailing it out. No, they can take the money that's inside and bail it in. And that just means that they're going to take your money that you put in there to make the bank whole. You do realize that, right? I mean, that's on the books. So why give them the opportunity? Don't let them use your wealth. Don't let them use your money. It's just, at some point, you just got to get sick of it. And I don't know if this woke up enough people, you know, because they kind of handled it overnight. But man, I have no confidence in these people running the show. None whatsoever. And then is the Fed going to raise rates like they said they were going to raise rates here, you know, in a week or so, at the end of the month, whatever it is? Or are they now going to say, well, we've done all we could? And see, that's the thing. They pushed it to the edge. That was the whole idea, I think. Push it hard, hard, hard until something breaks. And that's what they've done with the rates. Raise the rates until something breaks. And that's what they did. They broke it. And they didn't see it coming. No, of course, you know, they didn't see it coming. No, they never see it coming. Transitory inflation. You know, they never get it right. The Fed never gets it right. And now they're talking about, and Biden said this, and other people said that, well, we need to make sure we've got proper regulation on these banks so it doesn't happen again. We need to look at what happened at, you know, the STD Bank, I'm sorry, the SVB Bank, the Silicon Valley Bank. We need to make sure we look and see, and so we learn from these mistakes. It's the same thing every time. These banks are highly regulated already, and they failed to see it. FTX was meeting with the SEC, had all kinds of meetings at the White House, and yet it crashed. These things are regulated already, and they still can't save you. And they want to regulate crypto? Yeah, whatever. F you. Crypto exists in spite of you. Crypto exists because you fail. Because you are vampires, and there's nothing that you do correctly. Well, I guess it is. They're doing what they have to do to feed their system at the expense of us. But they're telling us that, oh, no, we're looking out for you. We're looking out for you. No, you're not. You're just looking to steal our energy and suck our blood, which is our energy. So, I mean, I definitely would not now that we can settle down here. Look at the hair. I need a haircut so bad. It's ridiculous. But then I think, you know, the power in the hair, you know, all the religious texts, and, you know, you keep your hair long. Cut Solomon's hair and his power's gone. I'll end up looking like a mad scientist if I keep this up, which there probably are some parallels and corollaries. But anyway, just wanted to just kind of do a little update on that, what's going on. They've successfully bailed out the bank, or backstopped the bank. Let's just call it that. This SVB bank. And it's the same old song and dance. It really is. But I was thinking, how does crypto make kind of a launch by June? What's going to be the catalyst? Well, this is a big catalyst. This is a big catalyst to propelling the good cryptocurrencies. We may have a flight to safety in crypto. We may have Cliff High's language fulfilled to where it was, what was it? A panic to own cryptos. Because if you think about it, just like Charles Payne said, where else are you going to put your money? You're going to leave it in the bank, and just knowing that the government seemingly will bail it out, will bail you out. But in so doing, they're going to have to create more money out of nothing to make you whole. And by doing that, isn't that inflationary? I mean, doesn't that cause problems of its own? And then we've got Biden with a $5 or $6 trillion budget that he wants to put forth. I mean, when does it end? When does it end? I'm perfectly fine having sound money for the digital age in my possession. Sound money for the existing and ancient age in my possession. Silver. I mean, you've got to look at those assets, got to get them into your possession. You do not want to get, you do not want to be at the mercy of the vampire casino, because at some point what they'll do is say, guess what? We're going to a CBDC. I mean, they could do that right now. Think about it. If the bank, they say, yeah, we'll bail it out. We'll make you, we'll give you all the money back. But, you have to do it in this form. You have to, download this government wallet, and authenticate yourself and all that. And, we've got an identifier tied to it. Can't speak. Identifier tied to it. And we're going to convert all that into a CBDC, a central bank digital currency. What are you going to do? Do you want your money? Well, this is what you have to do to get it. So you can choose right now. You have the opportunity to choose what form of money that you want to hold, whether it be cash, and that'll last until it doesn't. Do you want precious metals? Do you want cryptocurrencies? I mean, do you want seashells? Do you want salt? I mean, choose your commodity, choose your form of money. And that's what you got to start looking at. Cigars, whiskey, I mean, that can be money. It's good barter items, which if you can barter with it, it's pretty much money if people accept it. So think about those things. Think about it now. Think about it while you can get it. And again, I related yesterday in my video, over the weekend, on Friday, on PayPal, I bought, it was like 2 Litecoin. It was like 77 bucks. 2 Litecoin. It has cleared my bank account. I see it subtracted. And it says I have it in my wallet, my PayPal app, but I cannot transfer it off yet. It says only $2 available. So it's waiting for something to clear or whatever it is, but kind of taking a while. Friday, now we're at Monday. It hit the bank. Don't know. So I'm a little leery of purchasing large amounts of things. I don't care who it's from. I don't care what exchange. I don't care what broker you think is reliable. If you're waiting for your money to clear through the banking system, which is inefficient, we've seen that. It takes a while for it to clear. Try wiring money. I mean, when does that get there? I mean, and how safe is that? So if you're looking to get into crypto, I mean, it's going to get harder and harder. We're going to gateway it. They'll shut down banks that are crypto friendly, and they'll just do it because it's their system. It's their gateway. See, they've got the gateways controlled. Hey, you got dirty fiat. You got Federal Reserve notes that you want to transfer from our system, our casino, into the new system. We might not let you do that. We might close down the gateway that allows you to do that. It's going to get harder and harder. You got to seek out ways, find ways to do it. find ways to be able to access that crypto and find ways that you can sell that crypto. So you got to look at alternative methods and try them out, test them. You know, go to different ATMs and buy a little bit of crypto. Just try this stuff out, because you might not be able to get it through the traditional means. You know, it used to be Coinbase. Coinbase, you can get it, you know, but even Coinbase I saw over the weekend, I tried to buy a little bit from there, and it's still not available. So, not a lot of confidence right now in the institutions. I never had confidence in it. I just use them to get what I need and accomplish things I need to do. So, one foot in the vampire casino and the rest of the body out. Hurry up and get it done. So be careful out there. Take possession of your wealth. Learn how to download crypto in your wallet. So if you're buying it off Coinbase, you're buying it off Cash App, you can buy Bitcoin. PayPal, if you're buying it off the Fold app, you can buy Bitcoin on that. Transfer it off. Learn how to do that. Don't just let it sit on there. Learn how to download a wallet, a Coinomi wallet, Monarch wallet. I mean, anything where you can write down your 12 words, 24 words, and don't lose those, and don't take a picture of them, and write them down and hide them, because that's your key to the kingdom. That's your private key that allows you to access your coins. Learn how to do that, and learn how to transfer cryptocurrencies into your wallet so that you have possession. And if you need help with that, Lisa and I do classes. We used to, I mean, we haven't done it in a while. It's been almost a year or so. But we would go on the road, teach you how to download the wallet, write down your seed phrase, send you a little bit of Litecoin, that whole process. We do offer classes on Saturdays to where you can sign up on her website. And it's like a 2-hour class where you get access to both of us. And we'll teach you how to do anything, you know, you want to learn about as far as crypto. So, I mean, there's that. You can do that and sign up for a couple hour, lessons. So we just did a class a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, again, but you can learn on your own. Go out there and watch YouTube videos. Go out there and learn. Go out there and just understand how to take possession of your wealth. Understand how to get the crypto. Understand how to get the crypto into your own wallet. It's key. It's going to be key. As things fall apart, take possession of your wealth. All right. Love you all. Hope you have a wonderful day. Trust yourselves. Follow your gut. Follow your instincts. Don't let these people deceive you and make you think that everything's all right, because it isn't. The system has been broken for a long time, and you're starting to see it fall apart now. So do what you got to do. Get assets in your possession. All right. Have a wonderful day. Love you all. These dogs.